Ladies and gentlemen, there is one habit, just one, that has the power to change the entire course of your life. It is the foundation of success, the key to unlocking purpose, and the bridge between where you are now and where you desire to be. This habit is the habit of prioritization. Every day you are given 24 hours, the same as the most successful and the least successful people in the world. The difference between those who achieve greatness and those who remain stagnant is what they prioritize in their daily lives. Vision determines your priorities. If you don't have a vision for your life, your time will be controlled by distractions. Vision gives direction, and direction demands discipline. When you know what you were born to do, you start making decisions based on destiny, not just convenience. Ask yourself, what am I doing today that aligns with my future? Your daily routine must reflect your dreams, or your dreams will remain fantasies. The danger of living without priorities. Many people live in reaction mode, always responding to emergencies, chasing trends and following the crowd. They say yes to everything, only to find themselves lost, exhausted, and unfulfilled. But those who change their lives understand a powerful truth. Not everything urgent is important. If you don't decide what matters most, the world will decide for you. And it will always prioritize your distractions over your destiny. Small, consistent actions create great impact. A tree does not grow overnight, nor does a strong character. The most powerful transformation happens when small intentional actions are repeated daily. If you study for just 1 hour a day, you will become a master in your field. If you exercise regularly, you will build lifelong health. If you invest time in prayer, reflection, or learning, your mind will be sharpened for greatness. Consistency, not intensity, is the real key to success. Anyone can be motivated for a day, but only those who build the habit of prioritization will sustain success for a lifetime. How to apply this habit today? So how do you begin? It starts with one decision. Decide what is most important and build your life around it. Your future is not determined by fate. It is shaped by what you prioritize today. If you change your priorities, you will change your habits. If you change your habits, you will change your character. And if you change your character, you will change your destiny. The question is, what will you prioritize today? Because that one decision will determine your entire life. Discipline is the foundation of all success. It is the ability to do what needs to be done even when you don't feel like doing it. Well, many people seek shortcuts, instant results, and quick fixes. Those who truly transform their lives understand that real success is built on daily discipline. This is not about occasional effort or temporary motivation. It is about the consistent practice of small intentional actions that compound over time to produce extraordinary results. A disciplined life is a structured life. Every great achiever, leader, and innovator has understood this truth. Without discipline, talent is wasted, opportunities are lost, and potential remains unrealized. It is not enough to have dreams, ambitions, or even intelligence. Without the discipline to act consistently, those dreams will remain unfulfilled, and the best intentions will never turn into accomplishments. Success is not determined by what we do once in a while, but by what we commit to doing every single day. The difference between those who succeed and those who fail is often not intelligence or resources, but the ability to stay committed to a course of action despite obstacles, distractions, or feelings of discouragement. Many people start a journey with excitement, but when challenges arise, they abandon their goals. Those who build the habit of daily discipline, however, develop the resilience to push through difficulties. They understand that every setback is a setup for a comeback, and that persistence is more powerful than mere talent. One of the biggest misconceptions about discipline is that it is a burden, something that restricts freedom. In reality, discipline is what creates freedom. The person who is disciplined with their time has more control over their future. The student who studies consistently does not have to panic before exams. The professional who works diligently builds a reputation of excellence and earns greater opportunities. Discipline is not a punishment, it is a pathway to a better life. Daily discipline is not about making drastic changes overnight. It is about committing to small, consistent actions that align with your long-term goals. A person who exercises for just 30 minutes a day may not see immediate results, but over time, they build strength, endurance, and health. A writer who commits to writing just 1 page a day will have a full book written within a year. A student who dedicates an hour each day to learning a new skill will master it over time. The secret to transformation is not intensity, but consistency. Many people wait for motivation to take action, but motivation is unreliable. It comes and goes. If you rely on motivation alone, you will only work when you feel inspired. But those who cultivate discipline understand that they must act even when they do not feel like it. The disciplined person does not wait to feel like working. They work because they have committed to a higher purpose. Feelings are temporary, but habits shape character. The key to developing discipline is to start with simple, manageable routines and build upon them. Trying to change everything at once can be overwhelming and unsustainable. Instead, focus on a few key habits that align with your goals and commit to them daily. Set specific, realistic goals and hold yourself accountable. Track your progress, reward your efforts, and make adjustments when necessary. Over time, these small habits become second nature, and discipline becomes a part of who you are. Another crucial aspect of discipline is self-control. Many people fail to achieve their goals, not because they lack ability, but because they lack the discipline to resist distractions. In the age of constant notifications, entertainment, and instant gratification, the ability to focus on what truly matters is rare. Those who master discipline understand the importance of delayed gratification. They do not seek immediate pleasure at the cost of long-term success. They are willing to sacrifice momentary comfort for something greater in the future. Discipline is also about mastering time management. Every person has the same 24 hours in a day, yet some accomplish far more than others. The reason is simple. They prioritize their time effectively. They wake up early, plan their day, and ensure that their energy is invested in meaningful activities. They do not waste time on distractions that do not serve their purpose. Instead of being controlled by circumstances, they take control of their schedule. Finally, one of the greatest benefits of daily discipline is the confidence and self-respect it builds. When you keep promises to yourself, you strengthen your belief in your own abilities. You develop a mindset of success, knowing that you have the power to create change in your life. Every time you follow through on a commitment, you prove to yourself that you are capable. Discipline is not just about achieving external success. It is about becoming a stronger, more reliable, and more capable person. The habit of daily discipline is what separates the ordinary from the extraordinary. It is the bridge between potential and achievement, between dreams and reality. Those who master discipline take charge of their lives, while those who neglect it remain controlled by circumstances. If you want to change your life, start by changing your daily habits. Success is not a one-time event. It is a product of disciplined decisions made every single day. A life without vision is like a ship without a compass, drifting aimlessly, subject to the waves and winds of external circumstances. Vision is the foundation of a meaningful and purpose-driven life. It gives direction, clarity, and motivation, ensuring that every action, decision, and effort aligns with a greater purpose. Without vision, people wander through life, reacting to situations rather than proactively shaping their future. Those who cultivate a clear vision for their lives unlock the ability to move forward with confidence and determination, making intentional choices that lead to success and fulfillment. Vision is not just about seeing the present, it is about perceiving the future before it happens. It is the ability to see beyond temporary struggles and distractions, to recognize potential, and to work towards an outcome that has not yet been realized. Every great invention, business, movement, or achievement was born from someone's vision. The world's greatest leaders, thinkers, and innovators did not simply stumble upon success. They saw something before others could see it, and they pursued it relentlessly. Vision is what separates leaders from followers, creators from consumers, and pioneers from those who merely exist. A strong vision provides a sense of identity and purpose. It answers critical questions. Why am I here? What am I supposed to accomplish? Where am I going? Without answers to these questions, people become trapped in routines that lack significance. They work jobs they do not enjoy, engage in activities that do not fulfill them, and spend years of their lives chasing things that have no lasting value. Vision, however, brings clarity. It helps individuals recognize their gifts, talents, and passions, channeling them into something meaningful. When people discover their vision, they find a renewed sense of enthusiasm and drive because they finally understand the why behind their actions. Vision is also a source of discipline and focus. When a person has a clear vision, they do not waste time on distractions. They prioritize their tasks, manage their time effectively, and avoid anything that does not contribute to their greater purpose. A student with a vision of becoming a doctor will not waste hours on meaningless entertainment when they know they need to study. A business person with a vision of building an empire will not squander money on unnecessary expenses. Vision acts as a filter, helping individuals distinguish between what is important and what is merely urgent. Without vision, it is easy to become entangled in trivial matters that consume energy but produce no progress. Another significant aspect of vision is its ability to sustain motivation. Many people start projects, businesses, or personal development journeys with great enthusiasm, only to abandon them when challenges arise. This happens because their actions were not rooted in a strong vision. When obstacles come, and they always do, only those who have a clear vision can endure. Vision provides the why behind the struggle, making difficulties seem like temporary hurdles rather than permanent barriers. People with vision do not give up because they are not just working towards something. They are living for something. Vision is not just for individuals. It is also essential for families, organizations, and societies. A family without vision lacks unity and direction. Parents who have a vision for their children's future invest time, effort, and resources into their education, character development, and values. Companies with a strong vision thrive because every employee understands the mission and works toward a common goal. Nations that lack vision fall into chaos, while those with a collective sense of purpose progress and prosper. Vision provides order, structure, and a roadmap for growth. at every level of society. Developing a clear vision requires self-reflection and intentionality. Many people drift through life without ever taking the time to ask themselves what they truly want. They follow trends, mimic others, and allow society to dictate their goals. However, vision is deeply personal. It is not about what others expect. It is about what is uniquely placed inside an individual's heart. To discover vision, one must take time to reflect on their passions, strengths, and values. They must ask themselves, what impact do I want to leave? What problems do I feel called to solve? What legacy do I want to build? The answers to these questions serve as the foundation for vision. Once a person identifies their vision, it must be written down and clarified. A vision that remains vague will never become reality. Successful people do not just think about their vision, they document it, refine it, and create a plan to bring it to life. Writing down a vision transforms it from an abstract idea into a concrete goal. It becomes something tangible, something that can be measured, reviewed, and adjusted over time. A written vision also serves as a constant reminder of what one is striving toward, especially during times of uncertainty. Another essential aspect of vision is the ability to communicate it effectively. A vision that remains locked inside one person's mind will never influence others. Great leaders inspire people by sharing their vision with passion and conviction. They paint a picture of the future so vividly that others become eager to be part of it. Whether in business, education, ministry, or personal relationships, the ability to articulate vision is crucial. It creates unity, fosters collaboration, and mobilizes people toward a common objective. A shared vision transforms individuals into teams, and teams into movements that change the world. Vision also requires continuous growth and adaptation. The world is constantly changing, and those with vision must be willing to evolve. A vision that is too rigid becomes outdated and ineffective. True visionaries do not just react to change, they anticipate it, prepare for it, and use it as an opportunity to refine their goals. They remain lifelong learners, always seeking new knowledge, perspectives, and strategies that align with their purpose. They are not afraid to adjust their plans, knowing that flexibility is not a sign of weakness, but a mark of wisdom. Vision is the foundation of a successful life. It provides direction, discipline, motivation, and impact. Without vision, life becomes a cycle of meaningless activities. But with vision, every action gains significance. It is the invisible force that shapes destinies, transforms communities, and leaves a lasting legacy. Vision is not just something you have, it is something you live by. Life is filled with endless demands, responsibilities, and distractions. Every day, people are faced with choices about how to spend their time, energy, and resources. However, not all tasks carry the same level of importance. Some activities move a person closer to their goals, while others simply consume time without producing meaningful results. The ability to distinguish between what is important and what is merely urgent is a skill that separates highly successful individuals from those who struggle to make progress. Prioritization is the habit that ensures every action aligns with a person's purpose and long-term vision. Many people live in a reactionary state, responding to every new demand that comes their way. They wake up without a clear plan, allowing their day to be dictated by emails, social media, unexpected interruptions, and the urgency of others. As a result, they feel busy but not productive. At the end of the day, they realize that despite spending hours working, they have not made any real progress toward their personal or professional goals. This is because they have not mastered the habit of prioritization. Without a clear sense of priorities, life becomes a constant cycle of reacting instead of progressing. Prioritization begins with understanding the difference between important and urgent tasks. Many people confuse the two, believing that urgent tasks must always be addressed immediately. However, urgency is not the same as importance. An urgent task demands immediate attention, but that does not mean it contributes to long-term success. Important tasks, on the other hand, may not require immediate action, but they have a lasting impact on one's future. Successful individuals focus on what is important first, rather than being controlled by urgency. For example, a student preparing for an exam may feel tempted to respond to messages, browse social media, or engage in last-minute social plans. These activities may feel urgent in the moment, but they do not contribute to academic success. However, studying, completing assignments, and reviewing materials are important tasks that directly influence future outcomes. If the student does not prioritize studying, they may find themselves cramming at the last minute, leading to stress and poor performance. The same principle applies to professionals, business owners, and anyone striving for excellence. Those who focus on important tasks create long-term success, while those who chase urgent matters remain stuck in mediocrity. Another essential aspect of prioritization is goal setting. Without clear goals, it is impossible to determine what should take priority. People who do not set goals end up working hard without direction, wasting time on activities that do not align with their purpose. However, those who define their objectives can evaluate every task based on whether it contributes to their desired outcome. Before engaging in any activity, they ask themselves, does this move me closer to my goals? If the answer is no, they either eliminate the task or delegate it to someone else. The habit of prioritization also requires self-discipline. Many people know what is important, yet they struggle to focus on it because distractions are more appealing. It is easy to prioritize entertainment over education, comfort over growth, and convenience over excellence. However, those who discipline themselves to prioritize effectively develop the ability to stay focused, even when distractions are tempting. They recognize that short-term sacrifices lead to long-term rewards. One of the most effective ways to develop the habit of prioritization is through time management. Every person has the same 24 hours in a day, yet some accomplish great things while others struggle to meet basic responsibilities. The difference lies in how they allocate their time. Highly successful individuals plan their days carefully, dedicating their best hours to high-value tasks. They set aside time for deep work, avoid unnecessary meetings, and limit activities that do not contribute to their goals. Instead of letting time slip away, they take control of their schedules, ensuring that every moment is spent with purpose. An important tool for prioritization is the Eisenhower matrix, which categorizes tasks into 4 quadrants. Urgent and important. These tasks require immediate attention and contribute to long-term goals, e.g., meeting deadlines, handling crises, completing critical projects. Important but not urgent. These tasks have a significant impact but do not require immediate action. Planning, strategic thinking, skill development. Urgent but not important. These tasks demand immediate attention but have little long-term value. E.g., unnecessary phone calls, unplanned meetings, neither urgent nor important. These tasks provide little benefit and often serve as distractions. Excessive social media use, time-wasting activities. Highly effective people spend most of their time in the second quadrant, important but not urgent. because they focus on long-term success. They plan ahead, develop their skills, and make proactive decisions instead of constantly responding to crises. Those who fail to prioritize, however, spend most of their time in the first and third quadrants, always reacting to problems and interruptions rather than building a foundation for future success. Another key aspect of prioritization is the ability to say no. Many people struggle with prioritization because they feel obligated to say yes to every request that comes their way. They take on extra responsibilities, agree to commitments that do not align with their goals, and allow others to dictate their time. However, those who master prioritization understand that every yes to one thing is a no to something else. They are not afraid to decline tasks, requests, or invitations that do not align with their purpose. By setting boundaries, they protect their time and energy for what truly matters. In addition to saying no to distractions, prioritization also involves delegation. Not every task requires personal attention. Successful individuals recognize that trying to do everything alone leads to burnout and inefficiency. Instead of micromanaging, they identify tasks that can be handled by others and delegate them appropriately. This allows them to focus on high-impact activities while ensuring that routine tasks are still completed. Prioritization is not just about productivity, it is about living a meaningful and intentional life. Those who prioritize well experience less stress because they are in control of their time. They achieve more with less effort because they focus on high-value tasks. They build strong relationships, develop expertise, and leave a lasting impact on their fields because they dedicate their time to what truly matters. On the other hand, those who fail to prioritize find themselves constantly overwhelmed, busy yet unfulfilled, and struggling to achieve their goals. By mastering the habit of prioritization, individuals can transform their lives, ensuring that every effort is directed toward meaningful progress. Success is not built in a day. It is a result of small, consistent efforts repeated over time. While talent, intelligence, and resources are valuable, they do not guarantee success. The true key to transformation is consistency. Many people start strong but fail to maintain their efforts, allowing distractions, setbacks, or emotions to dictate their actions. However, those who cultivate the habit of consistency understand that lasting change comes not from occasional bursts of effort, but from daily commitment to the right actions. Consistency is the foundation of mastery. No one becomes great at anything overnight. Whether in academics, business, sports, or relationships, excellence is achieved through repeated practice and refinement. A student who studies regularly retains more knowledge than one who crams before an exam. A business person who consistently provides value builds a loyal customer base over time. An athlete who trains daily improves their skills and endurance. In every area of life, the principle remains the same. Consistent effort leads to significant results. One of the greatest misconceptions about success is that it is the result of one major breakthrough. People often look at the achievements of others and assume that they succeeded because of a single event, decision, or moment of brilliance. However, behind every success story lies years of disciplined effort, persistence, and repeated small actions. The entrepreneur who builds a thriving business has faced years of challenges, learning from mistakes and making constant adjustments. Success is not an event, it is a process. And consistency is what drives that process forward. Consistency also builds trust and credibility. In relationships, people trust those who show up consistently, who keep their promises, and who remain dependable over time. In business, customers remain loyal to brands that consistently deliver quality. Employers value employees who are reliable, not just those who perform well occasionally. Those who build a reputation for consistency become trustworthy, and trust is one of the most valuable assets a person can have.